Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Just Good Games. So last week, the nominations were announced for the Golden Joystick Awards of 2019. And obviously, all my millions and millions of YouTube subscribers have had only one question on their mind. What are my picks for the awards this year? Well, I've stuck on my best suit, as the Golden Joysticks are obviously the Oscars of the gaming world, and I've made my picks and I've got them here for you today. I have not included PC Game of the Year, AR and VR Game of the Year, and Mobile Game of the Year, as I don't play any of them games, so I would literally just be picking a game off of how recognisable the name is. So we got about 10 to 12 awards to get through, so let's crack on. So the first category is Best Storytelling. The nominations are Control, Metro Exodus, Days Gone, Mortal Kombat 11, Telling Lies, Outer Wilds, Fire Emblem, Three Houses, Sunless Skies, Eliza and Observation. So, not going to lie, I've not played a few of these titles as they are quite indie titles. I'm interested to see how good Mortal Kombat 11's story is, as a beat 'em up. They usually don't have good stories, sort of maybe outside of Injustice. But I've picked for my winner this year, Control. I think it's a very good premise and there's loads of twists and turns in that story. So yeah, Control is going to be my winner for best storytelling this year. The second category is Best Multiplayer. The nominations are for Division 2, Borderlands 3, Mortal Kombat 11 again, Pro Evo 2020, Red Dead Online, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, The Dark Pictures, Man of Medan, FIFA 20, Tetris 99 and Apex Legends. I was really tempted to go for Apex Legends on this one. It is a big game. It is probably the best battle royale game out there, my personal opinion. Obviously Red Dead Online is cool, but probably not as good as GTA Online. FIFA and Pro Evo are football, good online, good to have your mates around, but I've gone for a game which is both awesome to play online, awesome to play on your sofa. I can't really look past it. It's one of my favourite multiplayer games, and that is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That has to be my winner for this year. It is Super Smash Bros. For God's sake. It's just one of the funnest games, one of the funnest concepts out of all these games, and they are continuing to support it with DLC, so you've got loads of new characters to play online and against your mates. So it's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, my pick for the best multiplayer game of 2019. The third category is Best Game Expansion. So here we go. The nominations are Monster Hunter World Iceborne, GTA Online Casino Update, No Man's Sky Beyond, Sea of Thieves Anniversary Update. Just got to flipper the page now. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep, Forza Horizon 4 Lego Speed Champions, Civilization 6 Gathering Storm, Warframe Imperium, Final Fantasy 14 Shadowbringers. So again, like, I don't get much DLC, I don't get much expansions, but obviously GTA Online is a like a juggernaut, and any update in that is fantastic. No Man's Sky is a game which obviously was a bit bad to start off with, but actually has like really upped this game recently, and I was really tempted to give it to that. But Monster Hunter World Iceborne is my winner here. It is just, Monster Hunter World is a really, really good game. And if you haven't played it yet, get out there and play it. This expansion is fantastic. It expands upon the world. It gives you loads of new monsters to hunt. And I just think it's a really good expansion for how much you're going to pay for it as well. There's quite a lot of content there. So my pick for best game expansion this year is Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Fourth up, here we go. Best visual design. 1111 Memories Retold, Ape Out, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Control, Gris, don't know what that is, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, Metro Exodus, and Outer Wilds again. Outer Wilds is probably one of the most nominated games, and I ain't played it yet, so I might actually have to get that after I do this video. So there are 3 games here which I love this year, and they're Devil May Cry 5, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and Kingdom Hearts 3. They all have their own style, along with Exodus as well, Metro Exodus. I think that's cool. But the Kingdom Hearts fan in me has to go for Kingdom Hearts. I just love that visually. I think for me, seeing Kingdom Hearts brought into the new generation visually is awesome. All the Pixar worlds are superbly realised, and just, as I said, seeing all the characters in this updated style just has to make me pick Kingdom Hearts 3 for the best visual design. So I do have best indie game here, and I am going to say my pick, but I've not played any of these games, but I've watched trailers and stuff. The only reason I include it is because I do play indie games, and I want to give a nod to them here. I usually play the indie games sort of like a year after they come out, in the summer of the next year when all the big releases have dried up. So here are the nominations: Telling Lies, Baba Is You, Sunless Skies, Devotion, Sayonara Wild Hearts, Knights and Bikes, A Short Hike, Outer Wilds, Slay the Spire, and Observation. And I am going for Outer Wilds. I think from what I've seen from trailers and stuff, and obviously loads of nominations here, so that is going to be my pick. I'm just literally basing that off from what little I've seen of it, so there you go. Right, next up is a very good category, and that is the still playing category. The nominations are Rocket League, Destiny 2, Elite Dangerous, Fortnite, The Elder Scrolls Online, World of Warcraft, Minecraft, GTA Online, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and Warframe. I've played a lot of these games. I played a lot of these games when they came out. As I said before, GTA is just a juggernaut, and so is Fortnite. But I'm actually going to give this game to the game there which I'm still playing out of all them games, and that is Rocket League. Rocket League is absolutely fantastic. It is just a nice game which you can get out on like nights out, when you're going on a night out with your mates and you're like, oh, let's whack some PlayStation on. What you got? Rocket League. Everyone loves Rocket League. That's why I'm still playing it. It's a great game to play with mates. They've updated it constantly, and just the concept is so simple, so fun. And as I said, I'm still playing it, so that makes sense why I would pick it as my still playing winner. So I think we're about halfway now, and we're going to be hitting some of the bigger categories soon. But the next category is Best Hardware, and here are the nominations: Nintendo Labo VR, Oculus Quest, Sega Genesis / Sega Mega Drive Mini, Nintendo Switch Lite, Valve Index, Razer Blade 15 Advanced Model, Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, Xbox One S All Digital Edition, Honor 20 Pro, Nvidia 20 Series Super Graphics Cards. I don't do PC gaming, so unfortunately for you PC gamers out there who would be saying like, pick the graphics card, I'm not picking the graphics card. I was very tempted to go for the Nintendo Switch Lite. I think that is a great cheaper version of that console, a great handheld console, but the retro gamer in me has picked the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive Mini. I'm doing a video probably next week or soon, or it might even be out, on my favourite Sega Mega Drive games because of that console, that Mini coming out. So that has to be my winner. It is one of the most well-received Mini consoles, and an absolute classic console with some classic games on it. So that is my pick. So we're on to one of the biggies now, Studio of the Year. The nominations are Epic Games, Respawn, Mobius Digital, Hello Games, Capcom, Nintendo, Digital Extremes, 4A Games, Remedy Entertainment, and Media Molecule. So this was tough. This was really tough. Some big studios putting out some big games, but I can't look past Nintendo. Nintendo, with, as you've seen in my preview, with their 4 big hitters coming out at the end of the year. And then I forgot the Smash Bros came out earlier this year as well. So I just think Nintendo, and you'll see from their Game of the Years, like their Game of the Year nominations, that they've had a really, really good year. So I can't look past Nintendo. Nintendo are my winner of Studio of the Year. So now onto a category which I thought would be a lot better than it actually is, and that is PlayStation Game of the Year. I didn't realise Sony didn't have as good a year as I thought they did, and these nominations sort of prove it. Like, obviously they got a couple big hitters coming out at the end of the year, and I think the next few categories you will see that some of the games which are coming out over the next couple months would easily fit in to these categories, like Death Stranding, like Luigi's Mansion 3, like The Outer Worlds. You know, there's some big hitters which are more towards the end of the year. Last year you had God of War, you had Red Dead Redemption 2, and they were already out, and then God of War won everything, and that's why Sony, I think, and Spider-Man as well, Sony had such a good year last year, but this year I didn't realise it was a bit less than last year. But the nominations are Tetris Effect, Days Gone, Blood and Truth, Decane, Erica, Final Fantasy XIV, Shadowbringers, Dreams, Concrete Genie, Medieval, and Judgment. I've only played a few of these games. I'm going to give it to a game which has recently come out. I'm going to give it to Concrete Genie. I love the concept. I love that it is a short game. It's about 6 hours long, and I am going to download it literally probably after we finish this video and give it a playthrough. But just looking at all the games there, Days Gone was so-so. Judgment, I played some of the Yakuza games and I thought they were okay, but Judgment, again, following the same style, I just had to give it to Concrete Genie. Good game. Medieval as well, nearly got it, but Concrete Genie. Next up is Xbox Game of the Year. The nominees are Castlevania Anniversary Collection, Gears 5, Ashen, Blair Witch, Below, Void Bastards, Outer Wilds, and Crackdown 3. I always like to give games of the years for free consoles to exclusives, and there is just one exclusive on there which stands head and shoulders above the rest, and that is Gears 5. Gears 5 is my Xbox Game of the Year. I am so looking forward to playing that. My brother has got my Xbox at the moment. He's going to give it back to me over the next couple months, hopefully, and then I'm going to play Gears 5 because I think it is absolutely fantastic. From what I've seen from reviews, from what I've seen from my mates playing it, I've had a little go myself. It's top notch. It's a real return to form for the Gears franchise, and hopefully number 6, hopefully I do 6, will be even better. So my pick for Xbox Game of the Year is Gears 5. Right, so we're on to what is probably the strongest category besides the most wanted list, but that's always strong. This is the strongest category for this year, and this is Nintendo Game of the Year. The nominees are Zelda, Link's Awakening, Tetris 99, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, Super Mario Maker 2, Dragon Quest Builders 2, Yoshi's Crafted World, Astral Chain, Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and Cadence of Hyrule. This was so difficult to pick. There's 4 games here which I think are absolutely on the upper echelon, on the top tier of games of the year. Probably all these games will be in my top 10 of this year, but it was very hard to pick between Link's Awakening, Super Smash Bros, Astral Chain, and Mario Maker 2. And I've gone for Super Smash Bros Ultimate, as it is Smash Bros. It's Link's Awakening came so close, so close. I've just played it recently, and Astral Chain I've played recently. and they are very, very good. But Smash Bros is one of the top Nintendo games, and it did not disappoint. This entry does not disappoint. As I said in the multiplayer one, it's just a fantastic game. So my pick for Nintendo Game of the Year is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So we're on to the penultimate category. This is one of my favourite categories. It's the most wanted game, as it's just putting all the good games from next year in the list, and you get to pick which one you want the most. So, most wanted game nominations: Hytale, Dying Light 2, Halo Infinite, Watch Dogs Legion, Elden Ring, The Last of Us Part 2, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Marvel's Avengers, Cyberpunk 2077, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Disintegration. So difficult to pick here. There are 3 which I'm going to pick out. Cyberpunk 2077 looks amazing, but will it be as good as the hype suggests? We don't know. I'm not picking that, unfortunately. The Last of Us Part 2 again is like, it's playing through The Last of Us at the moment. It makes me really want to pick this, but I've not picked The Last of Us Part 2. The Elden Ring is from and George R.R. Martin. This game has me so intrigued, but I've not seen enough of it to pick it. I have gone for the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I never played Final Fantasy VII the first time round. I am so looking forward to this because it looks fantastic. This is going to be a new experience for me, and that is why I've picked it. If I played it before, maybe I wouldn't have picked it. I might have picked something new instead. But Final Fantasy VII Remake is my most wanted game for next year out of these games. So the last category is the Game of the Year. They've not released the nominations for this yet, as some of the games not even out yet, which are the 2 that I'm picking are actually not out yet. My heart says Death Stranding. If this game is as good as I want it to be, it should be Game of the Year. It's Kojima Unchained. It's the first game he's done since Metal Gear Solid. If it's as good as I want it to be, it should be Game of the Year. My head though goes for The Outer Worlds. It just looks fantastic. It looks like the cross between Fallout and Bioshock. It's Obsidian Games. If this game again is as good as I want it to be, it should possibly be Game of the Year. But I'm just going to throw a third one out there, as sometimes they pick games like this, but Apex Legends maybe, because they like to pick what's going on at the moment, and that has been probably the biggest game this year. So you never know. But if I had to pick out of the 3 for my Game of the Year, Death Stranding, hopefully. Don't need this anymore. So, there you have it. This was my look at the nominations and my picks for the Golden Joystick Awards of 2019. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed recently. We cracked 100 recently. That is fantastic. Let's keep going. Let's keep building. So all I have to do is ask you guys to subscribe, like, share, comment, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and once again, you've been watching Just Good Games Golden Joystick Awards 2019 special.